Welcome to Grow Your Knowledge. The Sage of the Forest. How Ganesh Ji appeared to save a child lost in the woods. Long, long ago, on the edge of a small village there lived a young boy named Arjun. He was 7 years old, curious as a sparrow, and brave. One bright morning, while chasing a golden butterfly deeper into the forest, Arjun looked around and realized he could no longer see the village path. The trees had grown tall and close together, their roots twisted like sleeping serpents across the ground. The cheerful birdsong faded. A cold wind rustled the leaves. "Hello, is anyone there?" Arjun called out, his small voice swallowed by the forest. Shadows crept between the trees as the sun began to deep low. He sat on a mossy rock and pressed his face into his knees, trying very hard not to cry. He whispered a prayer, the prayer his grandmother had taught him. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh. No sooner had the prayer left his lips than Arjun heard the soft tap of a wooden staff upon the earth. Through the mist between the trees emerged an old, gentle sage. He was robed in saffron cloth, his eyes warm as evening lamps, and around his neck hung a single garland of red hibiscus flowers. A faint, sweet fragrance of mogra most peculiarly, the sage moved with unhurried grace, and every creature of the forest, the deer, the peacock, even a small mouse, turned to watch him pass with stillness and reverence. "Why do you weep, little one?" Arjun looked up, startled. "I am lost, Baba. I cannot find my way back to the village." The old sage smiled, a smile so wide and warm it seemed to light up the forest around them. He reached into the folds of his robe and offered Arjun a small sweet, a round, golden modak, and said, "Eat this, child. You will feel stronger." The moment Arjun tasted it, his fear melted away like morning frost. His limbs felt rested, his heart calm. The sage walked slowly, guiding Arjun through narrow trails beneath moonlit canopies. He pointed out which roots to step over, which branches to push aside, and where the fireflies gathered to mark the clearings. Along the way, he taught Arjun something remarkable. Arjun listened with wide, attentive eyes, repeating each lesson in his mind. The sage hummed softly as they walked, a tune both ancient and comforting, like the ringing of a distant temple bell. "Obstacles are not enemies, Arjun. They are teachers in disguise, just as I am." At last, the trees thinned. The scent of wood smoke and the glow of oil lamps flickered in the near distance, the village. Arjun turned with a burst of joy to thank the sage, but what he saw made him go still with wonder. The old sage stood bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from within. His saffron robe rippled like a flame, and Arjun saw, just for a single breathtaking moment, not an old man, but the beloved, gentle face of Sri Ganesh Ji himself, the elephant-headed, lotus-eyed, joyous remover of all obstacles. His trunk curled softly, his large ears fanned wide like temple fans. In one hand he held a modak, in another a tiny lotus. He smiled at Arjun. "Go home, little one. Your mother waits with a lamp in her hand. And remember, whenever the forest of life seems dark and endless, call my name. I am never far." Then, in the blink of an eye, the sage was gone. Only his footprints in land. Arjun ran home with tears of gratitude streaming down his cheeks. He fell into his mother's arms.